All right, what's up guys? This is Seth with the Fabricators Lounge. We're located here out of Moses Lake, Washington, and I own a fab shop, and I'm just gonna take you guys along and follow what we do. So we don't really do a lot of anything specific. We do a lot of off-road stuff, a lot of handrails, structural, just pretty much anything custom. So there's no real rhyme or reason to what we do. We just do it all. So right behind me here is a 2017 Dodge Ram pickup, and we're gonna be building the rear bumper for it. So I'm gonna pull some measurements and we're gonna get started.
All right, so the first thing we gotta do is pull some measurements. I kind of already started this project before I decided to start doing this. So I've already got the weight.
Okay, so I've got my first little bit drawn up. So we're gonna go over here to the plasma cutter and get cutting. All right, so the plasma cutter I have does require a little bit of layout. It's not your traditional plasma table. It's called an arc droid. It's a relatively new product, but I'll give you a little bit more on that here in a bit. But for now, we just gotta lay out our part according to the drawing. So here's our little drawing, nothing special, doesn't need to be. So I've already found center. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this out real quick. Okay, so now we've got our plate laid out just like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the arc droid here. Okay, so this is the arc droid. It runs off of its own little computer system. So the first thing I'm gonna do is unhook the plasma torch and plug in the stylus. And I'm just gonna run through real quick and make this drawing come to life. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our circles. One right there, 1/2 inch hole, inside cut. One right here, 1/2 inch hole, inside cut. And then we're just gonna go ahead and go point to point on the outside edges, and it'll make this drawing come to life. Right there, right there, right there, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and close that off, left-handed cut. All right, so I've taken out the stylus, put in the plasma torch, forgot to turn on my air compressor, so we let that fill up. Here we go with take two. All right, I've got some more drawings here. This guy wants these 3-inch lights. Everybody's seen them, they're just flush mounts. So we're gonna go ahead and lay this out and cut 2 duplicates and a couple other duplicate parts, and we'll get rocking. Okay, here we are again. Just lay it out with the clicks and let it cut. Right there's a click, 1/4 inch hole. Actually, we're gonna go 3/16. Right hand cut. Right here. Right hand cut. Right here, right hand cut. Right here, right hand cut. So these are the holes for the flush mount lights. You always want to do your holes first so your main piece doesn't fall out, and then it's trying to cut holes when it's not square anymore. So the cool thing about this is you need another one of what you just cut. You just go ahead and take your piece of steel that you just cut out. We just cut out this piece. We're gonna set it on the plate, slide our skeleton over. Somewhere in there, we're gonna find out about where it's gonna go, which is gonna be about right here. Move this to right there, just kind of get all lined up. Need to go over a little more. Right there. And then you guys can't see it, but on the screen, I know there's a corner. There's a corner. There's a corner. And there's a corner, so we're good. We're just gonna go ahead and push run and do it again. All right, all done. Okay, so it took a little bit of screwing around, but we got it here. This is where the license plate goes. This is the bottom, and we can pretty much pull a couple more measurements and pretty much build this thing on the bench and bolt it in. So okay, now we have all of our pieces cut, and it's time for my favorite part, which is the welding. And one thing that a lot of people don't realize is welding is the easy part. Actually fabricating and using your brain and putting stuff together, that's the hard part. So I've got all my pieces sitting here on the table, and we're gonna go ahead and get them tacked up and start welding them. So for a welding machine, I have a bunch of different welders, but my main welder here is the Multimatic 255. I bought that last year, and it's been a really great machine. And welding hood, I use a Miller T94. It's one of their newer model hoods or whatever. Kind of looks like a spaceship thing, but I like it. So I've got my parts here on the table. We're gonna go ahead and get everything fit up, tacked, and we'll start welding. One of my other favorite tools, I love these things, strong hand adjustos. These ones are the big HD ones. They're kind of expensive. They're like 85 or 100 bucks or something, but they work real nice. You just take your piece, put it up where you want it, get your square, you know it's lined up good, flip the switch, you're ready to tack right there, ready to go. It doesn't get no easier. So we're going to go ahead and throw a couple tacks on this thing on the back so it doesn't interfere with my weld. Let's put 3 on there. And then I'll put 1, make sure it's lined up. Put 1 right here. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. So just get her lined up how you like it. Put your square on there. As soon as it's where you want it, flip the switch. Bam, right there. Go ahead and throw a couple tacks on it. Looks lined up on the back. 2, 3, and then 1 here on the end. Okay. Make sure my table's relatively clean. Ain't got no BBs or no bullshit on there. Give this a quick sand just to get the scale off of there from the plasma cutter. Help if we're plugged in. So, I'm going to actually do this one a little different. We'll set our piece just like that. Put this on there. Make sure we're in a straight line, which we are not. Now we are. Go ahead and throw a couple tacks on it. Okay, spin it around. I'm going to actually tack the front side of that too. And then same thing. We're just going to put this guy on here like this. Make sure we're in a straight line. Right there. Tack it up. Okay, a couple tacks on the front side. Okay. So now what we have is the license plate, trailer plug is going to go here, and then the 2 light pods. And we're gonna go ahead and weld out the middle, and we're gonna bolt it up and get some measurements going again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and weld this thing up. I do a lot of downhill MIG welding around here. Some people say that's not the best, but I've done a lot of it, never had any failures. So I run it. Okay, so this is what we got. We got it all welded up. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt it on and we'll carry on. So guys, this is what we have so far. We got 4 light pods in there. We got it set in there. I didn't bolt it up because I'm gonna go ahead and pull it off tomorrow and do some more welding on the bench. But yeah, if you guys are into this kind of stuff, we're also building a front bumper for this one, which is gonna be really cool. So if you guys are into welding, fabrication, all that kind of stuff, like and subscribe and just follow along. Take care.